Good evening and welcome to Opas Season 46. I'm Mike Wright, and as always, I'm joined by Opas Executive Director Ann Black. Ann, it's always great to see you.
And it's great to see you, Mike, and thanks to all our friends here at KBTX for helping us spread the news about the new season.
It's always an honor. Now, the theme for this new season is something you and I just don't hear very often.
Truer words were never spoken. Our theme for our 2018-19 season is Raise Your Voice.
I get quite the opposite every once in a while. So what's behind the Raise Your Voice theme? And don't whisper when you say it.
I rarely do, Mike.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, we have 3 powerful vocal groups on this season, but more importantly, we have several strong heroines at the center of epic stories raising their voices to make the world a better place.
And that's definitely something that's important at these times.
Absolutely.
All right, so we have a lot to get to, but you're the boss, so how do you want to start tonight?
I'd like to take just a moment to reflect on last season.
Right.
During season 45, we created many wonderful memories together, from Cinderella to Chicago, from Kinky Boots to Jeannie Robertson. And who could forget the capacity crowd at the Beach Boys? Sometimes we get so caught up in ticket sales that we forget the impact our sponsors and donors make every single day, particularly in the lives of our students. Since it's not enough to say thank you to our supporters, we did a video, or I should say our Fightin' Texas Aggie Student Committee did a video.
Always. All right, so let's roll it.
Howdy, my name is Rachel Fuqua. Without your generous support, MSC Opas would not be possible.
Howdy, my name is Sydney Johnson and I'm a sophomore marketing major from Kingwood, Texas, but more importantly, I'm the loudest and proudest member of the Fightin' Texas Aggie class of 2020. A. You guys rock.
Howdy, my name is Nathan Seago. Because of your generous support, I've been able to make a difference on campus by sharing a love of the arts with my fellow students.
Because of MSC Opas, I've had amazing opportunities.
Because of MSC Opas, I've made amazing friendships.
Because of MSC Opus, I've had plenty of opportunities to practice my professional skills.
Because of MSC Opus, I have gained confidence.
Because of MSC Opus, I've grown as a leader.
Because of your generous support, I've had unforgettable experiences.
I think we started something, gonna tell the world again. Oh, you're so beautiful, I just can't hold it in. I think we started something, I hope it never ends. I hope it never ends.
Thank you so much for your generous support.
Thank you.
You are making a difference. Thank you.
We love you.
Wow, those students just add to the many things that are so inspirational about Opus.
You know, the mission of Opus is to enlighten, entertain, and inspire our community. Thankfully, our students do those 3 things for us each and every day.
Yeah, they certainly do, and I know you all express your appreciation for supporters continuously, but this year, you also have a free concert for your season donors. Can that be right?
It is. This is something we've been wanting to do for a while, and this year it's happening.
Great.
Donors at the friend level and above will be invited to a special free concert by great Irish tenor and original star of Celtic Thunder, Paul Byram.
When you hear Irish tenor, you wonder if he's going to sing Danny Boy.
He better.
Yeah.
Roll it.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. I am
that is impressive. What a voice. And to remind you, the Paul Byram concert is free only for seasoned donors at the friend level and above.
And we have very, very few seats left. So if you want to join us as a donor and see this incredible talent in Rudder Theater for free as one of your benefits, please contact the box office and add a donation to your ticket order.
Single tickets and season tickets are on sale now at mscopas.org.
Yes, and you can make a secure tax-deductible donation on our website right now. If you prefer to do so over the phone or in person, the box office opens tomorrow at 10 a.m.
All right, Ann, so where would you like to start with what else is coming up on Opas Season 46?
Well, we have 3 special events on our new season. What do you say we unveil 2 of those right now?
That sounds like a great plan.
The first is a program that we presented 13 seasons ago as part of their very first U.S. tour, and I'm asked fairly regularly if we will ever get them back. And tonight I can tell you the answer is yes.
The vibrancy, the joy, the beauty of these vocalists truly inspire.
Their program this year is entitled Songs of the Free, and it celebrates the centenary of the birth of the father of their Rainbow Nation, Nelson Mandela.
I can't think of a better program to announce as part of our Raise Your Voice season.
This October, we will welcome back the Soweto Gospel Choir.
Now, Ann, you were telling me while that video was rolling that the message in the Soweto Gospel Choir concert is perfect for families.
Yes, this concert is so joyful and inspiring, and I can't wait for these incredible singers to raise their voices in Rudder again.
Well, this second special event is also perfect for families.
It is. The question is, do prehistoric underwater creatures ever raise their voices?
Well, there's only one way to find out. Join Opus on November 30th for this program that's perfect for dinosaur fans.
It's Earth's Prehistoric Aquarium Adventure.
Earth's Prehistoric Aquarium Adventure. The creators of Earth's Dinosaur Zoo Live want to take your family on an all-new adventure. This time to the bottom of the ocean. Earth's Prehistoric Aquarium Adventure is an immersive theatrical experience that invites you to jump in and explore unknown ocean depths where prehistoric marine reptiles lived eons ago and maybe still exist today. Earth's Prehistoric Aquarium Adventure is proudly produced in North America by Red Tail Entertainment.
Now, I'll bet there'll be a lot of oohs and ahs in that one. And by my count, that's 2 special events that families will enjoy together. You want to hold off on announcing the 3rd special event until the end?
I do, and for good reason, which I'll explain at that time.
Very good. So don't forget, season and single tickets are on sale now. But before you head to the website, let's find out what's coming to the Intimate Gathering series.
I know I say this every year, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but I'm going to say it again. This series sells fast. In fact, there are very few seats left to most of these, so don't wait.
This year's ever so popular Intimate Gathering series is sponsored by Sonic, Comfort Keepers, and exclusive Allstate agent Jackie Voss. And
good news, theater fans. We have 2 strong plays coming to this series. The first is the latest from the New York City-based Aquila Theater.
Now, you've seen it on TV and on the silver screen. Now you can see it live on stage. Written over 200 years ago by Mary Shelley.
It's alive. Frankenstein. Last season, LA Theater Works brought us The Mountaintop. In October, they will perform their latest offering, a laugh-out-loud and deeply touching play that reveals the strength of the human condition and our shared need for companionship.
Considered a tour de force for its female cast, whether you're a Truvy, a Shelby, a Malin, or Weezer, you simply can't miss
Steel Magnolias.
Well, I can't believe these next words are about to come out of my mouth, but I checked my calendar and it's not fake news. In less than 3 months, we'll be going back to the polls for the midterm elections. Trust me, it's true.
And my 3 decades in this business tells me we're going to need some laughs this fall. So on October 11th, we can't wait to welcome back the Capitol Steps.
The 2020 race is gonna start next year, and it's not certain who we should love.
Some folks will be voting for Trump once again, and some prefer none of the above. We all love none of the above.
We have seen so many candidates defeated. Can we stand the thought if 2016 is repeated?
Warren is a choice that would be really bold. Bernie is my guy, but he is way too old.
Isn't there a single soul who is up in every poll?
Oprah Winfrey, you could run 'cause you're a TV star, and we know that you would help us too. You'll give every citizen a car.
A new car? That would be nice.
Wouldn't it?
Absolutely. From comedy and theater, let's switch gears now to music.
Mike, have you heard of the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Actually, yes, that was my nickname for you for years, but some people frowned upon such.
Well, we looked into them, but unfortunately our venue's just too small. But we found the next best thing.
All right, so while they won't be raising their voices, they will be raising their bagpipes.
Meet the Red Hot Chili Pipers.
And for the final program on the Intimate Gathering series, Opus invites you to celebrate the story of an ever-changing America through an inspiring evening of great music.
And there is a change on this concert from when we originally announced in May. Peter Yarrow is being replaced by Tom Chapin, our dear friend and Grammy Award winner, who has been here many times, and our audiences love him.
Wow, he's also the brother of Harry Chapin, who's agreed to step in on that. This is Lonesome Traveler, the concert.
In the songs from long ago, we hear our own hearts beating in every word and every note. Their message still repeating.
Lonesome Traveler is a stirring theatrical production, an exhilarating journey that takes audiences from the backwoods of Appalachia to the nightclubs of New York and San Francisco, celebrating the music of great folk artists including the Carter Family, the Kingston Trio, Leadbelly, Woody Guthrie, Pete Seeger and the Weavers, Joan Baez, Gordon Lightfoot, Bob Dylan, Odetta, and Peter, Paul and Mary. The recent New York premiere of Lonesome Traveler was nominated for 2 major awards, the Outer Critics Circle and the Drama Desk. Broadway World says Lonesome Traveler strikes a perfect chord and calls it performance perfection and a true gem. A truly joyous and uplifting time, says Talkin' Broadway. The Los Angeles Times dubbed the show a critic's pick, calling it a joyous commingling of voices and instruments and a warm, embracing experience.
The Raise Your Voice theme is making more and more sense now. That really looks like a terrific night of music.
See, Mike, there is a method to our madness.
And that concludes the Intimate Gatherings portion of the evening. Really does look like a terrific lineup of programs, and anything else you'd like to share about this series.
Yes, I have some breaking news, Mike. Because of the overwhelming response to the Red Hot Chili Pipers, we are moving their concert from Rudder Theater to Rudder Auditorium.
Which means more tickets will now be available.
That's right. It's a big show, but don't wait. Scoop up those tickets tonight.
All right, you heard her. Now, again, let's acknowledge series sponsors. Those are Sonic, Comfort Keepers, and exclusive Allstate agent Jackie Voss.
Yes, we are very, very thankful for their support.
And now the big signature series of Opus, the Ann Cobb Wyatt main stage. And you have 6 programs on the series this year. Tell us what all you have planned.
Well, Mike, you've been around long enough to know that Opus has a storied history of being on the first legs of tours of shows that ended up being cultural phenomena. Do you remember Midtown Men?
Yep.
Blue Man Group, Tap Dogs, and Stomp?
All very memorable.
Well, this is the first show on the main stage, and it falls squarely in that category.
And you were telling me that not only is the Brazos Valley a part of their first U.S. tour, Opus is opening their first ever U.S. tour.
We are. I've met these guys. I've seen them perform in New York. They sang to me. They are incredible. On October 2nd and 3rd, we will open our Raise Your Voice season with The Choir of Man.
Gonna voice right, understand it, make a noise and make it clear.
Most pubs have a football team, a darts team, an intimidatingly vast array of weirdly named real ales. This pub has a choir, always has, and we are the current class. We are the choir of man.
So wake me up when it's all over. Wake me up when I'm wiser and I'm older. If you like pina colada, get it caught in the rain. Get it caught in the rain. You make me feel like I'm living in a teenage dream. The way you turn me on.
I know some people are leery of programs that aren't familiar, but you must see The Choir of Man. You won't be sorry.
And I guess the next main stage program could justifiably be called The Choir of Woman, but they're not, although their name will be very familiar.
These incredibly talented ladies will be here in December as part of their Best of Christmas tour. Generously sponsored by our friends at Aggieland Credit Union, we are proud to welcome the celestial voices of Celtic Woman.
Wow, that is indeed 2 great concerts. But Ann, when it comes to the big Broadway shows, what do you have in store?
Well, I'm glad you asked. So here are the 2 questions I hear most often. Number 1, Ann, can you get more new Broadway musicals? And number 2, Ann, that was the best musical you ever presented. Can you bring it back?
And let me guess, there's probably a 50-50 split between those questions.
That's right. So this year we have 4 musicals on the main stage. 2 are new, and 2 are perennial Broadway warhorses. So there's a little something for everyone.
Yeah, shall we start with one of the new ones first?
Sure. This first musical is a breathtaking production based on the Academy Award-winning film by the same name. It tells the incredible story of James M. Barrie, the man who created one of the most beloved characters of all time, Peter Pan.
Now, when it premiered on Broadway, the New York Times raved far and away the best musical of the year.
This is Finding Neverland.
We can sail
I have loved nothing more than sitting at the back of the Luntfontein and listening and watching audiences respond to this show, and also to see audiences of all ages moved and delighted. I think Finding Neverland is for everyone. It took an artist over 100 years ago to have the courage to break ground and create a story with boys who could fly. All of us have tapped our inner child to remember what it feels like to be free and to play and to be a kid again.
Tell me, what do you see?
Now about your next musical, and this is one of those war horses you were talking about, the Wall Street Journal review simply stated, "I doubt I'll ever see a better production in my lifetime."
Yes, Anna has to raise her voice a few times to keep the King of Siam in line in Rodgers and Hammerstein's The King and I.
What audiences come to expect from a Rodgers and Hammerstein musical is sort of great music, and I think they expect a kind of sweeping big story. Because you see the position of women in traditional cultures and whether or not that can be changed or transformed, and it's unexpected. And Anna is a real advocate for women and their position in society and fighting for her own position.
On one level, it's a form of escapism because it does take you to a different time and place. The visuals and the storyline is exotic and romantic. I think in every project that you do that's classical, there's these iconographic moments that need to be there. And I think the audiences want to see that hoop skirt and want to see Anna dance.
All right, so going back and forth here, this next musical falls into the new category, yes?
That's correct. And let me set the stage a bit. It's 1595, and William Shakespeare's plays are all the rage. But a soothsayer tells two playwriting brothers that the future of the theater involves singing, dancing, and acting, all at the same time. So the brothers set out to write the world's very first musical.
Now, the Associated Press proclaimed, "Far from rotten, it's awesome."
You guessed it, it's called Something Rotten.
Something Rotten is the story of two brothers who are playwrights living in the shadow of the greatest playwright that the world has ever known, who is that Renaissance rock star known as William Shakespeare. We want it to be the Shakespeare that you've never seen before. One of the brothers is so desperate to get ahead that he goes to a soothsayer and asks them to predict what the future of theater will be. And when he predicts musicals, they set out to write the first ever musical, and hilarity ensues.
The show really does pay tribute to the art form because I love musical theater so much, and so do the writers. It's really the kind of show that I just absolutely live for. And I think what's fun about the show is I think it's for everybody. You don't have to know anything about Shakespeare. You don't have to know anything about musical theater.
This show actually works if you love Shakespeare and if you hate Shakespeare. This is a version of Shakespeare that I don't think you've ever seen before.
Everyone seems to really have a good time at the show. And you just hear the audience going crazy, and it's so much fun to see and hear.
There is nothing like live theater.
From the co-director of the Book of Mormon and the director of Aladdin comes something outrageous, something completely original, Something Rotten, Broadway's funniest musical comedy in at least 400 years.
In a season themed Raise Your Voice, it's only appropriate to have not one, but two Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals. So here's another warhorse on the season.
Yes, and this one has sold more tickets than any other program so far this year.
It's a brand new production of the beloved story of Maria and the Von Trapp family, and it's perfect for your family.
Sponsored by Bluebell Creameries, The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music.
The hills are alive.
Now that is a strong main stage season, and season tickets are still available.
They are indeed. Remember, you save money with season tickets. In fact, you can see all 6 of our main stage events for as little as $149.
But as they say, that's not all.
No, we have one more. If you remember at the top of the show, I told you that we had 3 special events this season.
Yep, I recall that.
This group's annual July 4th concert is a tradition for families across the nation. On March 22nd, your family can witness their phenomenal musicality in person.
They will perform an evening of music dedicated to multiple Grammy and Oscar winner John Williams, the composer of iconic film scores that include E.T., Harry Potter, Star Wars, Jaws, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and so many more.
Sponsored by our good friends Tom and Mary Kirk of McGregor, Texas, and under the direction of Keith Lockhart, it's the Boston Pops.
The Boston Pops in Rudder Auditorium, that is pretty impressive.
And we are just one of a handful of stops in Texas for that tour.
Tickets to the Boston Pops concert are on sale now.
Get them while they're hot.
And I invite you to raise your voice for the enlightening, entertaining, and inspiring programs coming to the 46th season of Opus. Single and season tickets are on sale now at mscopus.org. And you can now pick your seat by going to the website or call the box office at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And I got to ask, what is it you're looking most forward to?
Oh, you put me on the spot. All of them, of course.
I figured you were going to say that, wasting my time asking. Thanks so much for joining us, and Ann, it's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me, Mike. And we hope everyone will raise your voice with us, especially for our season opener this October with the Choir of Man. Mike, we might have to get you up on stage with the guys.
It won't happen. I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but I would get some vocal lessons if you demand it, I guess.
Perfect.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.